On the heels of what was probably the longest long session that our legislature has had in a while, the 2022 session turned out to be one of the shortest sessions in recent memory. The legislature came in, got their business done, and adjourned by the 4th of July weekend. Although they have technically adjourned for the year, there are still opportunities for them to come in once a month through the end of the year in case they need to address any important issues for the state. But for all practical purposes, they are finished with the session for the year. The focus of the 2022 session was the state budget. The House and Senate worked with the governor's office to come up with a budget, $27 billion budget, and again pass it by the 4th of July weekend. The budget bill, in addition to appropriating state funds, also continued to allocate funds the state received from the U.S. government for COVID relief and other things. The legislature also set aside a recession reserve in order to plan for the future. Basically, with the session adjourned, we've now turned our attention to the November elections. All eyes are on what will happen with those elections and how they might impact the 2023 session. The issue is not whether the Republicans will stay in control, but how large their numbers will be and whether or not they'll reach a veto-proof majority. The House is 3 votes away from that, the Senate is 2 votes away. And so if those seats flip, you could see a veto-proof majority going into the 2023 session. That's obviously what most folks are watching because some of the big ticket items that started during the 2022 session that will be carried over to the 2023 session, those vote counts may matter. You've got Medicaid expansion, you've got sports gambling, medical marijuana, and some other issues like that. There's some additional issues that the legislature will address in 2023, including transportation funding, regulatory reform, and we believe they'll also consider the abortion issue after the U.S. Supreme Court issued their decision last year. So the elections coming up will be important in how those issues get addressed going forward and whether there'll be a veto-proof majority. Also, there are 2 seats on the North Carolina Supreme Court that are up for election. And so right now there's a 4-3 Democratic majority on the Supreme Court. Either one of those 2 elections go to the Republicans, you'll see a power change at the North Carolina Supreme Court as well. So again, all eyes are on the election as we finish up the year, and then we'll be looking forward to the 2023 session. Nexsen Pruitt's North Carolina Public Policy Team stands ready to assist you with all of your needs in the legislative and regulatory arena. Let us craft a solution that takes your efforts to the next level.